So this Saturday we're going to get a Laliga Evo, and as a result I'm going to be giving you guys some investments for it. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4 or free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So coming this Saturday we are going to go and get ourselves a La Liga Team of Season Evo, just like we've had for the Liga and just like we've had for the Prem and just like we've had for the Bundesliga. So what I've done is I've done a bit of research in where is the consistency amongst these three Evos so we can make an educated guess on who could be used for the La Liga. Now, obviously I don't know the requirements, because if I knew the requirements everyone would be inflated because everyone would have bought the players. So what you got to do is you got to go for an educated gamble. So I've gone for quite a, I've got some basically criteria I'm going to be going for. Now the interesting thing is the Prem Evo is the first one we got, and that let you use an 84 rated. The Bundesliga Evo is the second one we got, and that let you use an 85 rated. And the Liga was the third one we got, and that let you use an 86 rated. So in theory, is the next one going to let us use an 87 rated? Not guaranteed, because it also comes down to how much supply there are of special cards and gold cards within those leagues, in my opinion. So for example, the Prem has got so many good gold cards, cheap informs, cheap special cards, which is why it potentially has a lower rating, because there's way more players to be using the Evo. Then there must be a little bit more broad because, there's less Bundesliga special cards and gold cards than there is in the Prem. And the Liga, because it being a farmers league, there's only about 4 relevant teams, meaning you very rarely get promo cards in the Liga, to the extent you get the Bundesliga and the Prem. So there is one gamble saying that, okay, you'll be able to use up to an 87 rated, but I think with the likes of the La Liga, I think it's a lot more likely to be like the Prem or the Bundesliga, meaning I think the max rating will be an 84 or an 85. But again, there is an outside gamble where you can gamble on players up to 87 rating. That is the third thing. In fact, I've written here in my notes that an 84 or up to an 84, very safe. An 85, slightly riskier but still likely to be used. An 86, I think is less likely to be used, meaning it's slightly risky. And an 87 is very unlikely, but, for some reason you want to gamble on that, you can gamble on that. Now, the second requirement comes down to the pace. Now, regarding the Liga, it's a bit of an exception because the Prem lets you use up to an 89 pace. The Bundesliga lets you use up to 90 pace, so give a 1 pace. But the Liga's like, screw it, you can use up to a 95 pace player. Meaning there's not the most consistency. I'd say if you're going 90 pace or below, I think that's very likely to be able to fit under the Evo. But players over 90 pace could potentially be used. It really just comes down to what EA feel. Because other than the pace, there isn't much consistency in what they let you use. So they're kind of dictating the positions, and in all fairness, all three positions have been more favourable to the forwards than they have the defenders. So what I'd say is midfielders, especially more attacking midfielders and forwards, are safer investments and more likely, whereas defenders are less likely because of requirements that such as 94 defending being used in the Bundesliga and maximum 60 defending in the Prem, and maximum 89 physical in the Liga. So they've definitely been pushing you towards more the offensive players than the defensive players. And the most consistent thing amongst all three is you're not allowed to have a playstyle plus on you whatsoever, and you can have a maximum of 7 minor playstyles, which I'm pretty sure is very hard to exceed. It's probably more just to stop people putting these sort of crazy Evo players that for some reason have a lack of playstyle pluses. So with all that being said, let's go through some investments in the La Liga on what I think is very likely to fit the Evo and stuff that I think is less likely to fit the Evo but still might be worth the gamble. So we're going to start with the gold La Liga players, and then I'll move into some special La Liga players at the end. So we're going to start with gold players. I'm going to go from the players that I think are very low risk and as a result highly likely to be able to be using the Evo, and then I'll slowly move to the more risky golds that may give more profit, but there's maybe a lower chance of them being used because of certain requirements. We start off here with Depay. Everything goes for Depay to be able to fit this Evo, apart from maybe the 80 physical, and even then, I don't think it's too bad of a worry. 5-star skills on him, no playstyle pluses, fits all the sort of criteria that I want for. The only thing I guess is there is a slight worry about is the 80 physical, but again, should go down to about 1.5, 1.7k on the Friday, and would be a very, very popular player if he can make it due to those 5-star skills he possesses. We then move to Fekir, prime sort of player, low pace, again 80 physical is the slight worry. Defending, 83 rating, almost guaranteed to be used, doesn't have too many minor playstyles, has no playstyle pluses. Again, we would be looking at picking him up maybe Friday around about 10 PM for him to go down in price, because at the moment he is up, and he'll probably be up for the the Team of the Season Cup. So you need him to go down when he gets applied, but the prime sort of player, and I'd be very surprised if he doesn't go and fit the Evo, going off of the recent ones we've had. We then move to Angel Correa, again, absolutely prime sort of player. Pace isn't looking too high, physicality's not looking too high, defending's not looking too high, no playstyle pluses, obviously. 3 minor play stars. Again, we do need him to go down on the Friday, but he is going to be a really, really nice player, and I'd be so surprised if he doesn't fit. He is literally prime Evo sort of player, and he's had so many popular previous cards and popular Evos, meaning the demand for him should be increased because people are enjoying the other versions of his Evos. Someone who's very risk-free as well would be the likes of Lamar. Obviously, being French Laliga would have good demand. Pace isn't too high, physicality isn't too high. He's got that centre mid and left mid utility, but I can see this card having a very nice all-round Evo card. And on top of that, he's not inflated. You know, it's a discard, in theory, risk-free sort of card to go and buy. So Lamar, I think, is some prime, low-risk, high-likelihood Evo player. Bit of an Atletico Madrid trend, quite low physicality and defending on Molina, which again would mean he's not too defensive to probably not for the Evo. Pace doesn't look too high. Not enough playstyle minors, so that works for you. Again, another card that's discard. We saw someone like Bowie, I think, go from about a K up to 4 or 5K when he could be using the Bundesliga Evo. And Molina, relatively similar, not French or Bayern Munich, which I think is more demanding combo than Argentina Atletico, but still would be a good player nonetheless. And someone who's fit into an insane amount of Evos, Ferran Torres, and that's what works really well for him, is that he's had some really popular Evo cards in the past. Again, stats aren't looking too high. I think a very high chance of fitting the Evo and extremely low risk going for discard. Now move on to the penultimate card, which is going to be João Felix. Again, I don't have any stats right there, but I think we exceed it. The play stars are looking good. Would be a very popular card with his base card being 5-star, 4-star, and would literally fit into every single Evo that's been released for other leagues so far, and therefore highly likely to be used. Second one is Goncalo Guedes. Insane hype about his recent Evos he's fit, and as a result, there should be some decent hype if he fits the up-and-coming Evo. Again, not an amazing card, but I don't really think it needs to be too amazing card because of the recent hype he's had, and that recent hype should carry the demand. Again, we would look at buying these players Friday after 6 PM because we do believe they'd go down for that. But yeah, due to the recent hype, we can see the next Evo that he fits, especially if he's going for discard, people going and throwing him in. And that's going to run that for the low-risk gold cards. Now we're going to go through some higher-risk gold cards. Maybe they're a little bit higher rated, maybe they've got slightly higher pace or physicality, and therefore I'd see them being a little bit more risky than what I've just shown you. But if you want to, broaden your investments, these are some players you can buy. We first I'll start off with Cancelo. Cancelo, the only caveat here is really the 80 defending and the 86 rating. But again, favourite to go out of packs for La Liga Team of the Season, that works for you. The physical and defending isn't overly high, and potentially is one of the highest rated cards. On top of that, there is a lack of good left backs and right backs in lack of good right backs more so in the La Liga, and because he's got that left back right back utility, I think that can work really nicely in his favour. A card that you really do need to wait till he crashes is Rodrigo. Slight risk with this card is that the 85 rating. You'd have to wait till Friday, and Gambly goes down to minimum, I'd say about 6.57k, which you'd only be making about 2.5k profit on him. But again, would be fitting all the Evos so far, apart from the Premier League one. And of course would easily be a card that go extinct to 10k. So these three players kind of all fit the same thing, and that's Moreno, Tchouaméni and DePaul. Problem with Tchouaméni is the 81 physical and the 81 defending, and like I said earlier, they've gone for more offensive Evo players than defensive ones. But Tchouaméni, 84 rating, almost guaranteed to be able to fit. It's just the defensive and the physicality. If he does fit it, should be a very popular player. He's got, him and Camavinga has some very popular cards in the past. The French Real Madrid combos, super well demanded. Some of the best links in the game. So yeah, Tchouaméni, but slightly high risk due to the higher defending and physicality. We then move on to Llorente, and again, slight worries here are the physicality and defending, although it's not too high, being only 81 and 78. We know if this guy fits in Evo, he's probably going to go extinct, just because, again, it's a super popular card. Very fast midfielder who can also play right back. His position utility is amazing, and with slight upgrades everywhere, the card's going to be an easy card to sell, and as a result, yeah, it should probably go near extinct if he can be used for the Evo. And that's going to go and cover it for gold cards. Now I'm going to move on to La Liga special cards that I think are going to go and fit the criteria. So what I've got right here is a list of special cards that kind of fit the criteria. No higher than 90 pace, no higher than 80 physicality, obviously from the La Liga, up to 86 rated. And what I do is I go through these, and these are the ones that I think are the most likely to be used, and then I'll maybe talk about some more outsider sort of cards. So I mean, wishful thinking, but if you can go and get a Correa at 30k, I think it's brilliant. No playstyle plus on him, not many basic playstyles, physicality's not too high, so I think this would, just like the gold card being good, I think this would be a great investment. So a card that's fit countless Evos this year. I mean, he's gone up to like 65k even recently, but yeah, he's hit some absolute massive scores, and so he's prime sort of player to ever fit Evos, is Inform Morales. Commonly goes extinct of generally how good he is. So yeah, first one is Inform Morales. Then move on to Alex Bergerdu. This guy's been able to be used for Evos loads. We can see up there 53, we can see up there 45. So yeah, been using a lot of Evo. You can see a lot of the team is Season 1, so I'd be very surprised if it can't be using the Laliga one. Another player that's been using countless Evo so far is Luca Bacchio. Yeah, again, physical, defending, pace, I don't think any of them are too high. Playstyles aren't too high. Has striker and right wing utility, which works nicely in his favour. That is going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. Regarding selling the players, honestly, half of them would probably go extinct within an hour or two of them coming out. If not, just resell them like an hour or two after the Evo comes out. But that's been that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.